All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know the vibes. Of course, I go by the name of Young Nisa. Media Pass interview for tonight. I'm excited about this conversation. Got my guy, the one and only Zell's World in the building. What's popping?
Get to the get down. What it do? What it
Man,
do?
you already know. Represent Cincinnati. Oh my gosh, so heavy. We got to talk about Cincinnati, but I definitely want to get into let people know what you do, Zell. What's your thing?
Man, listen. My thing is I fix on houses, cars, and women. No, I'm just kidding.
For real. Hey, you know.
Yeah, so my thing is music, man. You know, that how artist, I'm a recording artist. You know, some people don't understand what a recording artist is. A recording artist is somebody that actually records their stuff and is an artist. That's what a recording artist is. I'm a recording artist. I'm also a producer and engineer as well.
Oh.
So but this specific song, I actually just was the artist in this part.
Okay, so you didn't have to wear so many hats for the record we're gonna talk about tonight.
Nah, not this one, not this time. You know what I mean?
Now let me ask you this: how long you been wearing all these hats? Because I got a chance to visit your Instagram and I was watching your performance in Atlanta, right? And I was like, yeah, he a professional. You know what I'm saying? I got the vibe. So how long you been doing your thing?
Man, I've been doing music since I was in middle school when it started, but up until probably a few years ago, not too long ago, I started really taking it serious and trying to learn the business, just the overall aspect of being put on a platform. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Being in Cincinnati is hard. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's difficult. Even when you in any small town,
okay,
like Ohio, and Ohio in general,
yeah,
has a lot of history, but you know we don't really hear about it too much because we so low key. We're not a Los Angeles, we're not a Atlanta, we're not a Chicago, we're Cincinnati. So we have to make a name for ourselves for being us. You know what I mean? So
right. Is that important to you to kind of carry that legacy of Cincinnati on your back as you do your thing?
Of course, because to be honest with you, I'll be feeling like as far as everybody that I've heard of that are from successful from Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really never hear them talk about Ohio, the legacy, the different types of pieces of history that we have in this place. Yeah. I mean, so it's actually kind of a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it. So tell me this, like when we talk about the history of Ohio, some of the greatest musicians have come from Ohio, just keeping it all the way 1000. But like who's some of the people that influence you, especially from Cincinnati? Like if it was, you know, just a local hometown hero out of Cincinnati that we wouldn't know about, you know, like who influenced you to really do what you're doing?
I actually have two artists from Cincinnati, as far as artistry goes, that are my inspirations. That's my brother.
Okay.
His Donnie D. Mob Harper, and I known this guy. Oh man, for over 20 years, and he's a gospel artist. Actually, that's crazy. Pastor too now, but he was my inspiration, and my boy Zebediah Williams.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are two people that really started to influence me as an artist growing up, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about young. I'm talking about 17, 18 years old, young, looking up to guys, you know what I mean? So those are two people from this era that's from Cincinnati that I really look up to for artists that have influenced me in so many different ways to be different, if that makes sense. Like when my boy D Mob, man, he's a real trendsetter. Like I really know that if he did just do music as a whole and I did gospel, I feel like he would have been just amazing. Like he reminds me of Ludacris, but he was always his own thing. But
yeah,
my boy Zebediah Williams, he was a rapper, real independent, didn't care what nobody thought, and he actually sung in a band, believe it or not, called Zebras in Public. And it was just super inspirational for me because it showed me, because he was a hip hop artist when I first met him.
Yeah.
And he started singing lead in a band. And I was like, wow, like that just it showed me that, it showed me that anything is possible. You know what I mean? And that if you really want to do something, you can do it. You know, age or height, weight, all of that doesn't.
Right.
It's all about your drive and really making something happen. And I'm one of the well-seasoned artists in the game, and I've been around for a long time. But I just recently started taking music serious, like later in my career. So trying to get it going.
Man, you got it going. You definitely got it going. This record, put it together. Let's talk about this because the energy. When I first hit the play button, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw this in my mix for sure. Like it got the energy to it. And I know you mentioned earlier that you didn't wear all the hats on this record. So
Right.
was it really helpful this time where you didn't have to focus so in many different places and just focus on the song?
Most definitely. You know what I mean? You got to think, if you worked at McDonald's all day, 9 out of 10 times when you get off work, you ain't really going to want to come home and work on your cooking for your kids. Like, you know, got kids, you'll be like, dang, I'm just going to order something because I've been cooking all day. Or if you worked at Hondas or something and you was a cook, 9 out of 10 times you're not going to want to go to work and cook all day and come home and have to cook too, if that makes sense. So you, like me being an engineer, it does help a lot because it helps with my creativity, my drive, and my ideas. But at the end of the day, I still want to give myself enough time to create for myself. So not wearing as many hats comes to putting the song together. You don't really want to wear all those hats because it's stressful. That makes sense.
No, very. You're dead on. You dropping a lot of gems. I'm enjoying the conversation. Normally I would ask questions for some of the things that you're saying. So it's really, really dope to hear your perspective. Do you feel like there's an artist coming up under you that you would want to take under your wing? Is that an option for you?
Man,
ever think about that?
Yeah, like, you know what? Like, I'm not like, I'm trying to get myself established as an artist, which is why I stopped engineering. But I have several artists here in the city that I want to put under my wing once I get myself established as an artist. As far as hip hop go, I got it's these two young cats, man. They do R&B. I love R&B music. My boy Josiah Jeffries, my boy Kays. They are nice, man. Like them two guys, I like my boy J Rock Lafetti. Okay. That's my boy NB Scotty and his camp and YK Jew. I fuck with all of them. And it's several people that I really honestly fuck with on a day-to-day basis. I'm sorry, as far as music go, that my boy Big, he's he go by Pops, man. He a nice artist too. Like I can go on forever. With that I really fuck with for real, to be honest. But it's talent here in Cincinnati. But I feel like a lot of people don't take it serious because of where we are. I mean, I had to realize that I have to get the fuck away from Ohio to be successful. Like, I hate to say that. I love Ohio. I think Ohio's a great place, but as far as really becoming successful, you got to get the fuck out of here. You got to get away. It's not really big platforms here. I mean, it's definitely great platforms for exposure for local. Cincinnati's not going to expose you enough for national recognition, if that makes. It's just not.
That makes all the sense in the world. It's so crazy that you said that because I mean, I left. You know, once I graduated high school, I hit the ground running. And then to come back, and
you gotta.
You know, it's unique because I look at, like, I was in the South for a long time, so you know, once you go to Texas, Georgia, and all that, and you see that how they get it out the mud for real. It's like you come back like, whoa, what's going on? So I think, and you can tell me this too, because I think Detroit is doing a really good job of creating a scene right now, a slew of artists that come out, right? So what do you think, like Cincinnati or Columbus, Cincinnati, Toledo, and everybody, because Cleveland kind of got a nice little thing going, you know, with their artists here and there. What do you think? How can we combine it to where we start to get that recognition? You know what I mean? Or is it possible?
I think that everybody, all the people that are from Ohio, I'm gonna be honest, that I think the biggest person right now from Ohio that's in the face of everybody that everybody knows is Adrian Bronner. And you know, on the thing with the music too for a minute, but I feel like people like that from different parts of Ohio, need to get together and really honestly, get on the same page with just exposure for Ohio in general, because we slept on. People come here and steal our shit and make it like
Ooh,
years.
man. You ain't never lied. You
You
ain't
know what
never
I mean?
lied and seen it.
You remember the dance, the down the way, do the down the way.
Yes,
Uh,
yes,
that
yes.
that was Taka. That was Taka. And after that, Soldier Boy came out with Bird Walk. Watch me do that Bird Walk.
Yep.
And around that time, people felt like he stole that stuff, but that's hearsay at this point. But what I'm trying to say is that we have a lot of talent. We have history. We're no name place. So people come here, steal our shit, and leave, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but
I think, well, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I do think like there's a good amount of gatekeeping that's starting to go on that I see, where it's people stepping up in them roles. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, in Columbus, I met up with a gentleman by the name of Sonny Campbell, and like, to me, that's kind of like one of the gatekeepers of how this music gonna flow and keeping the the legacy going. So I feel like if we continue that, and especially with an artist like yourself, I just sitting here having this conversation with you, I feel like you one of the leaders of being able to make that happen.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's cool to hear that, bro, because like even living here in Ohio, like I'm here in Cincinnati, don't nobody in your home city really rock with you until your music is presented the proper way and somebody fucking with it. So to hear that, I'm not one of the people that everybody's talking about in the city on a regular basis. And if they did, they probably talking about me and not telling about me, if that makes sense. So
yeah.
I do a lot of networking and things outside of Ohio, which I really don't think is that many. It's not a lot of artists in the city that fuck with me on that capacity, because I really know people all over the United States. I roller skate, and I've been roller skating for almost 20 years. So that has opened a door for me to have relationships with people all over. So typically, like, what's today? Today is March. Okay, so typically July, it's a skate party in Chicago. It's called the Independence Roll. And I don't know, this might be Independence Roll 9 or 10 or some or 8, something like that. But long story short, people from all over come together to skate in these different areas: North Carolina, Charlotte, Cali, Texas, Atlanta. And I'm talking about, I literally know hundreds of people because of roller skating in all these places. I am definitely nationally known, but as far as the music go, I'm trying to connect it, if that makes sense. So, so for me to say, I've made a mark in this city and I've done everything I can do in Cincinnati right now. I just feel like my music needs to be presented on a bigger level, because the caliber artist that I am, like, I do certain things strategically. Like, artists these days, they put out unmixed music. They don't they don't they don't they don't buy their beats. It's just all
right. Yeah.
So it's always something, you know what I mean? So I tell artists these days, if you really want to get into yourself, part what you're doing, what you want to do is what you want to do. Oh man, hold on.
It's okay.
Hold on, because this is about to get on.
Somebody buzzing you in?
Oh, no, it's cool.
Oh.
So, but the main thing you want to do is you want to separate yourself all the time. I'm always thinking of ways to separate myself, to stand out, to be different, because everybody does the same thing. Everybody's an artist. Everybody does this. Yeah. I have to set myself apart. And this is why I refuse to use any auto tune when I rap. And I don't knock nobody that do it. I think it's a great thing. The culture is, it's the new movement. But for me, it's Zell's world, because I run shit basically, and I set the trend. I don't follow no trends, and I don't want to go with the trending sound, and I'm not knocking anybody that does, but I'm going to make people respect me, because I have to get it done the way I want to get it done. I won't ride the wave at all. I'm not doing that. I refuse to ride the wave. I won't do it. It wasn't meant for me to do it. If I'm going to do it, it's going to be to the point to where Zell doesn't sound like anybody at all, period.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
And that's dope. That's dope. So tell me this, when it's all said and done, what do you want people to say about your music, your legacy, and all that good stuff? All your fans, all your supporters, what's something you want them to be, telling people about you, about Zell's world when it's all done?
That I was unique, that my business was always legit. I kept my word, and that that I was a genuine person at the end of the day, because people don't understand that being a genuine person, a good person, and get you farther than money will ever get you. And people don't in relationships, like, people don't understand that having great relationships with people, being a good and genuine person, humble, will get you farther than being arrogant and cocky and throwing your money around. Because the thing that people pay for, I don't have to pay for it. I get it for free because, people, they believe in me, or they say, you know what, Zell, you just a genuine person and I want to do things for you. But when you start going around arrogant and talking too much and want to throw your money around, don't nobody give a fuck about that, to be honest. I don't care how much money somebody got. And I'll be around millions.
And I see it all the time. It from people on whatever people think is the lowest level to the highest level. They don't want to work with you if you a headache. If you're going to jeopardize the brands and the money, nope.
Trying to tell you, like, people don't understand that it pays to be a humble person. So, I tell people to be humble, always show humility, man, and that'll get you farther than any amount of money can ever get you. You know what I mean? So that's myself on. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. So everyone that's been sitting listening to our conversation thus far, they want to get to know you a little bit more, dive deeper into who Zell is, and get more into Zell's world. Where can they find you? Like all your social media, everything. Shout that out. Let them know where to tap in at.
Okay. So everything is it's Zell's world. Everything. You can find me on YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, any app that's out. It's Zell's world. The same thing. ITZellsWorld. You can find me anywhere on that. For me to, if you want to connect and see what I got going on, I post things about music and stuff like that. I'll be there. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I got Twitter too. I just got hip TikTok, so just trying to get my feet wet with all of those different places. But that's where you can find me.
That's fire. I really appreciate your time, your conversation. I want to jump to the record. I want you to introduce your song, so we can let everybody hear this sauce.
All right, so this is Put It Together. It's crazy because this really was put together. I'm gonna give y'all a quick backdrop real quick about the record. That's
Please.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so originally, like I said, the way I write is weird. Like back in the day, I can sit and write whole songs all day. I can't do that no more because everything is a vibe now. Okay. So I start writing in my head this specific song. Sometimes I sit down and write, but this specific song, I wrote everything in my head. I went down to Atlanta. I hooked up with my boy YDN. Shout out to YDN from Team Liddy. And we dropped a record, courtesy of my brother Keith and them, and my other people. So we dropped a record, you know what I mean? And it came together. It was a YouTube beat. And the thing about it is two people in different parts of the country that I know wrote to the same beat. So this is why I tell artists too to stop using YouTube beats and start branding yourself differently and set yourself apart. Now I understand that it might take you a little longer to do it, but it's going to be worth it in the end to say that, hey, he's exclusive. So I took that beat, got the whole beat remade. Shout out to my brother, Mama named Evan. He remade the beat. And that's where we got the record from. So I came in, dropped my verse. YDN dropped his verse. We came over with the hook. It was a shorty there. He was like, man, it'd be cool for somebody to talk a little shit at the end. So she came up with the little end part.
That's hard.
He put it together. So because the song, it was put together that quick, like bam.
Yeah. Hey, it's fire too, man. I told you earlier, I'm gonna let everybody else know it's gonna be in my mix. So when y'all hear me, wherever y'all listen to Meet the Plug, you already know it's going up. So, and you gotta keep sending me records, keep doing what you're doing, man. It's been a pleasure for sure.
So I got an album out too.
You got all right, let's talk about the album, because I want everybody to go stream your music. So what's the title of your album?
I actually have an entire EP I dropped. I dropped a 5-song EP in 2015 called Want No Love, the EP.
Okay.
And that's on there. Then after that, I put out a couple singles. And then March of last year, I put out a 10-song album called Zell's World, the album. And when I tell you these songs, and it's not even because it's my song, because you got to understand I'm an engineer and I'm a producer before anything else. Like, because I'm an artist first, if that makes sense. But because the production side comes first, I do first. So I have to have an open ear. I'm not even just saying it because it's my album, but it's a very well put together album. I didn't do any promotion with this album at all, and it's really doing really well.
Man.
Not on the local side of things, which I don't give a fuck about the local side of things, but why it's actually doing really good. So I just keep doing that on the back end. I need to do a newer song, because like I said, it's been a year since I put anything out, and it came together. So we put it together, and that's what we came up with together.
Yeah. Hey, you keep putting it all together and putting it in my inbox, okay?
when I get off the phone with you, I'm gonna send you my album. I want you to check it out. There's stuff on there for sure that you can tell me, any advice or whatever, just check it out. Tell me what you think.
Absolutely. I'm gonna run it up. It's on Apple Music too. Cause I like to stream, because I do the artist thing too. So I know how important it is to really.
You an artist?
Yeah. So I rap too, but like it's really, I know how the struggle is, trying to, be your unique self, do your thing on your own, and so I always support, especially when it's good products. So,
right, I appreciate it for sure.
Absolutely.
And I want to check it out too then.
And I'm gonna send you some stuff for sure. Like we definitely and just so the people know, DJ Swamp Things, that's my guy. Me and him got a mixtape.
Now look, let me shout out DJ Swamp for sure. DJ Swamp Thing. I don't think Lane Love with Fleet anymore, but I still fuck with him too. DJ Lane Love, DJ Prestige, my motherfucking dog, Daz.
Man, what? Everybody. Yeah, that's fam.
My boy DJ Kiefer, my boy DJ J Biz. I got another homeboy, DJ Joe Bowen out in Chicago. They be playing my shit. Like, it's a lot that really fuck with me from the genuine side of things. And that's the main thing. Like, I know people that are, 120, 90,000 followers on Instagram. But it's cool to have all that stuff. But I really click with people that fuck with me. You really need to do things with people that really fuck with you. You know what I mean? On the day. You know what I mean? So I always look out for the people that really fuck with me on a day-to-day basis. And it's not to be funny, but I want us to support each other. And a lot of people is only in it for themselves. And they don't understand that relationships will always get you further than any money will ever get you, like I was saying before.
You own it. You own it. That is so, to me right now, at the stage of where I'm at with, like I said, I relocated back home. So at the stage I am in my career, it's all about meeting people, getting to know people, getting to know people for what they're doing and genuinely supporting that. Like that, for me, it's just, this is what I love to do. So I would do it if I didn't even have this platform. But to me, like that networking piece is so important, because me just being in Fleet helped me a lot. I get to being in Fleet, I get to meet artists like yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, that networking, being humble, knowing how to speak to people correctly. Those things are key for any artist that's listening right now, or any person considering jumping into this field. So yeah, we gotta jump to the record. We making a wait too long now. They gotta hear this.
Go ahead. Out, like I said, this Zell's World, put it together, produced by my brother, mama named me Evan. Love y'all, and my featuring my homeboy YDN from the A. This shit about to do what it's gonna do, man. I can't wait to drop the video. We're gonna probably drop that joint in April. I'm gonna make sure I do another rollout with Fleet with the video too.
Let's do it.
And again, we're gonna do the same thing again.
Man, look, until the next time we get to chop it up, you be safe, keep doing what you're doing. You got all the support from us for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Zell's World. Y'all go find him wherever you are at on your phone and go run this up, man. Let's put it together. Beat the plug. Let's go.
Yeah.
She got the money maker. I got them pesos. It's enough money to go around. That's why it's a bankroll. You say that it's all yours. We know that it's paid for. And y'all don't really give a damn.